Oh my God, I think it's actually all working. Oh my gosh, you should see this setup here. This is a leaning tower of cheese pizza. This everything could go absolutely wrong, but I think it's all going so right. Everything is teetering. There's cables everywhere. If you can hear me, too, please go into the comments section wherever you are and just type something. Type something. Hope that's working. Hello. I think I can also share my screen like this. Yes, I can. Yes, I can, and I can go like. Yes. Okay, that's my name though. I don't want that. There we go. There we go. Hello. My name's Trevor. This is Jupiter Labs Saturn. My gosh, the premiere of making sure all my cables actually work. Hello. Hope you're doing well. A little bit different. For me. Hope the sound is coming in good. My gosh. Leaning tower cheese pizza. All right, let's get into this. People ought to be coming on in. But let's get right into this. This is Jupiter Lap Saturn. You probably heard me yammer on a lot about Jupiter and Saturn getting close together. You might have seen some of my live streams yesterday talking about it. I almost lost all my digits. We're going to talk about why it's so special. You probably all know me, I'm sure. If my mom and dad are watching, I got your package in the mail. I'm looking forward to this. I know what's in there. But I got it. Your package is in the mail too. Rocket Express. I'm Trevor. You might be thinking, is that him? That's not my baby boy. This is what I normally look like. Yes, the beard is quite, it's getting in there. Somebody said I look like I'm a member of Team Zissou. That's interesting. What do you think? Huh? We're good? Good. All right. Okay, and good. And the chat is saying it looks good. It's working. Perfect. Great. Oh my gosh, Tim Kjorlien is here. My parents are here. Look at the child you have raised. Someone said I also look like the zigzag rolling papers. That was a past life for me. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I also did that as a Halloween costume back in 2011. So shoe fits, man. The shoe fits. But this is what I normally look like without all this on me. Bonjour, but not just bonjour. Bonjour ho. That is a reference which I'm not going to get into, but I'm required by law apparently now to say that here in Quebec. Bonjour ho. Plateau Astro. I'm not going to go into this too much. You probably know me. You've heard my story. You know me. I bring the telescope into the street, back when that was a thing we were allowed to do, teach people the street. Love to do it. I would show people the moon and more of the moon and even more of the moon. I would do that. I used to do events. That was the thing. Remember events? That was fun. This seems criminal. This seems like a sin to have all these people together. But we would go on top of the mountain. We would watch the moon come up over the horizon. Not this man's head right here, but rather the moon right there. I should have zoomed in on his head. I also do a show. They're not sponsoring this. Shame on them. They oughta. I do a show out in Sutton, Quebec, called Observatoire. It's an outdoor planetarium. Kind of fun. But ultimately, I'm an amateur, okay? In pretty much everything in life. Amateur astronomer, okay? My big thing is to show how much astronomy you can actually do in the city. And this is one of them. Seeing Jupiter and Saturn in the city, easily doable. You can do it if you're here. If you figured out how to get here, find the YouTube link, find the Facebook Live link, you can do this. This is you. Now, obviously, we're not together right now. You're coming live from my living room, okay? Halloween costumes, art on the wall. Fun fact, the Quebecois version of the Philadelphia cream cheese angel, this is her art. I'm not even joking. We'll get into that later. We're not together right now, okay? But over the last 9 months, I suppose, I've tried to use this as sort of a unique learning and teaching opportunity. How? Who's seen this? Bueller? I can sometimes check the chat. I can't do it all the time. Zoom meetings, eh? Ugh, the worst, right? Well, it's whenever I'm on a Zoom call, and I used to do this when I was on my day job, I would try to think, where is everybody on the Zoom call? Let's go back there. Where is everybody on the call here, okay? Sometimes our calls were like 25, 30 people. Where is everybody? And I usually know where my north and south and east and west usually all is. So some people I'd be able to say like, oh yeah, Jacqueline, she's not too far away. She's just down the street. She's just over there. Okay. Some people though, Efrain, for instance, he used to live in Brazil. Now I know in my head it's like, okay, Brazil is, well, that's south. Okay, that's south, right? Okay, it's south, but it's not just south. It's like down. Okay, let's pull up this. Let's pull up the globe right here. Okay, I came prepared. Okay, there's all sorts of props coming your way. Okay, if I'm here in Montreal, and actually I can move you like this. Oh my gosh, the future's here. Okay, if I'm here in Montreal, Brazil is like all the way down over there. He's south, but he's also like down over there. Let's get these slides back. There we go. South and down. That's where he is. If I wanted to get to him, the shortest distance to get to him, I would have to like dig a tunnel through Earth to be able to get to him. Same thing with my parents. Dear Tim and Kathy, they're probably out in Alberta right now watching this. I would have to tunnel through the Earth to get to the shortest distance between them. That's a friend, okay? Muhammad, he was out in India, okay? I actually don't know what his face looks like ever. He never put his video on. I've only ever seen him as a question mark on the keyboard. India. Where's India? India is that way. That way. Again, I would have to tunnel through the Earth, you know? His feet are closer to me than his head is. Okay? That's how I try to look at all these Zoom calls and these live calls. I'm thinking, where is everybody right now? I'm not going to pander to you, but if you want to go into the comments and say where you are, city, don't give me the address. I don't really want to know. Let me know. How are we talking to each other? How are we talking to each other? Radio waves? There are underwater sea cables everywhere, okay? On the ocean floor. Here's an underwater sea cable map. I think I can make this a little bit bigger for you. There's a huge network of cables all on the sea floor, and that's just how the internet works, okay? Now, Starlink and all that, but this is how the internet works. This is how we all sort of talk to each other, like this. There's about 1.2 million kilometers worth of cables going along the sea floor. And like when I look at this, I try to think of all those cables, all those satellites going around in space, and like, frankly, it's a goddamn miracle any of this works. Like me talking to you right now. This is a miracle, okay? That I'm actually talking to you. And that my parents are like commenting on there. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's get into this. Jupiter laps Saturn. Drink of water. Start there. Jupiter laps Saturn. You've probably heard the news last while. You know, this is the nearest they're going to be in decades. Okay, nearest they're going to be in decades. So this I'm going to talk about a few things. I'm going to show you how to see it, why it's happening, how often this all happens, some apps to show you. Most of these are free. Yeah, all of them are free for your iPhone, iPad, your Android phone, whatnot. Show you how you can actually see this and learn this for yourself. And some context, why this is special. This won't take very long. I'm not going to eat up your entire night, okay? But I will have questions. If you guys have questions, you can throw them into the chat a little bit later. But just take like 15, 20 minutes, okay? Okay, you can still catch Frasier, reruns of Frasier, okay? Let's get into this, make this a little bit bigger. First of all, how to see it. How to see it. I mentioned before, if you're in the city, you can see this. You can see this. How to see it. So, Jupiter laps Saturn. Let's fade that away into the blackness here. You can see Jupiter and Saturn. You might have noticed these two dots in the night sky over the last summer and autumn, the last couple of months. And like, you might be thinking like, have they always sort of been there? Always sort of been there? Those two dots, you might think they're stars or something like that. Those are actually planets. Those are planets, okay? A lot of people are often surprised. I know when I would bring the telescope into the street, people would say, those aren't planets, come on. And then you point the telescope at it and you show them the rings of Saturn, show them the moons of Jupiter. Shocked. I didn't know you could see planets with the naked eye. Yes, you can, Brad, or whatever your name is. You can see them with the naked eye. A lot of people don't know that. So you can see Jupiter and Saturn with the naked eye. Other planets. You can see other planets with the naked eye too, not just Jupiter and Saturn. In fact, we can see Mercury. My thumb is there. You can see Venus. You can see Earth. I'm not going to put that on here, but you can see Mars. And you can see Jupiter and Saturn. Those are the 5 planets that we can see with the naked eye. We can't see Uranus. That's how you pronounce it. We can't see Neptune. We can't see Pluto with the naked eye. With telescopes, yeah, but we can't see them with the naked eye. So for Jupiter and Saturn, no telescope needed. I think I've reiterated this about 4 different ways. You don't need that. To see it, you're going to look southwest just after sunset, and it's going to kind of be near the horizon, just above it, maybe something a little bit above the horizon, but something kind of like this. This is taken back in October, I think, so it'll look a little bit different, but something kind of like this. And on the right is a bright one. You'll see Jupiter, and on the left you will see Saturn. Now they're getting close to each other, okay? They're getting closer and closer to each other, but it's not always this way. They're not permanently like that in the sky. When I got into this racket back in 2017, when I got the telescope, Layla, 2017, the sky looked different. It looked quite different, okay? Here's the sky, 2017. Saturn was up over there. You could see with the naked eye. But Jupiter wasn't so close. It was actually quite far away from it back in 2017, okay? This is what the sky looked like, I guess 3.5 years ago or so. The next summer, in 2018, Jupiter got closer to Saturn. You see that there? Saturn there, and then Jupiter got closer to it, like that, 2018. The year after that, 2019, they got even closer to each other. And now, well, I can tell you the ending, but you know how this is going to go. Today, 2020, they are really close to each other. Really close. Super close, okay? Angels separating them, okay? I'm going to show you sort of in an app right here really quickly. I'm not going to do these too much because this is really complicated to set up because I got to move the camera like this. And honestly, this is the one app. This app I don't use myself too much, but this is a good starter app, Night Sky 2. Maybe don't download it right now. You could. Just make sure you don't leave the stream. I got it here on me iPad right here. Now, this is where you're going to get to see how the digital sausage gets made. I'm going to take this camera right here. Oh my gosh. You're going to see all the dandruff. Okay, here we go like this. I'm going to open up the app here. Okay, this is where this gets so complicated. Okay, I'm going to change the camera to that. Okay, that's good. All right. I'm going to shoo you away like that. Oh my God, it's actually working. Jesus. Okay, watch your language, Trevor. Okay, and then I have to do a little brightness thing right here. There we go. All right, I think I've got it to work. Okay, it's not perfect, but I'll show you. Okay, this app, Star Walk 2. Let's open this up. Again, this is free. Go and steal it. Star Walk 2, Android and iOS. Maybe don't open it up right now, but I'll just give you a brief demo. This is one of those apps where, like, if you click the compass up in the top left here, wherever you point the iPad, it'll show you what is in the sky like that. Okay. So, prove a few things here for you. I said it was going to be in the southwest. I think this is all working. And I see people in the chat saying, good. All right, good. All right, so that's south right there, okay? Now I can move with my finger like this. That's west right there. Now I don't see Jupiter and Saturn right here. And the reason why I don't is because the time for it is 8:15 here in Montreal right now. But I can move this up and down. I can select by the hour right here. And if I do that, you can see that I'm going backwards in time, and we can see what the sky looked like at 5-ish p.m. right there. And if I zoom in, oh my gosh, is this actually all working? I think it is. Jumping. Okay. We can see right here, this is what the sky looked like tonight. We had a little crescent moon right there. And you can see right here, we see two dots that are very close to each other right there. That's Jupiter. Why is this up? There we go. All right. Jupiter's right there and Saturn is right there. I'll see if I can get even closer. There we go. That's for sure Jupiter now. Now he's not lying. Okay. There we go. And Saturn is right here with its fancy rings. So that's what it does, like that. So if you want to use this app and you don't know where they would be in the sky, you got this search thing right here. They're not paying for this. Shame on them. They should actually pay for me. But you can tap on the planet there and it'll show you where in the sky it actually all is. I had other demos set up for this. You know how much of a pain in the butt it was to just get this to work. I'm going to leave it there. Night Sky 2, not a bad app, not perfect, not great, not terrible, but actually pretty good. Star Walk 2, sorry. Okay, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to carefully see if I can switch you around like this. Oh my gosh, I think it's actually all working. Jeez. Okay. Don't jinx it, Trev. Don't jinx it. Like that. Okay. Good. You can see that Halloween costume there. Good. Oh my gosh, it's actually all working. Whew. Good. Whew. All right. All right, let's get into it. Let's go back to my slides here. So that's Night Sky 2. No. Yes, Night Sky. Night Sky 2. It's free. Go and steal it. It's yours. So that's how to see it. That is how to see it. And my gosh, is my throat dry. So let's fix that too. Why are Jupiter and Saturn getting closer together in the sky? Juan Carlos Tenori, it's all working. I think I can put people's comments. Yes, I can. Yeah, if you want to show your name there, don't swear. Be nice, because I can't put it up there. I'll hide that there. It's all working. Good. That's what happens when you pay $25 for the premium service. Okay, why is this happening? Why are Jupiter and Saturn getting so close to each other in the sky? What is causing all this? Okay, the solar system. You've heard that word before. Système solaire en français. Bonjour ho. Solar system. You've heard that. Here is kind of what the solar system basically looks like, okay? We got a big yellow dot in the middle. It's called the sun, okay? We have the sun in the middle of the solar system. And around it, of course, the planets go around the sun. Here's Earth right here, okay? And Earth goes around the sun like that. You don't have to comment because this is kind of a trivial question. How long does it take Earth to go around the sun? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. It takes a year. It takes a year to go around the sun, okay? To go around the sun once. It takes 1 year. Okay? If you are on an inside track compared to Earth, let's say you're a little bit closer to the sun than Earth is, okay? Let's this fun little planet here, this fiery little oven called Venus. It's on the inside track, okay? Now let's compare, okay? Venus took a shorter amount of time to go around the sun than Earth did because it's on the inside track. I'll do that one more time. Venus, right there, shorter amount of time. Notice I can do a circle, shorter amount of time. How long does Venus take to go around? Only 8 months, okay? Inside track, inside track. Racetrack, there we go, okay? Looks like this. This is the solar system right there, featuring Donovan Bailey. That is a reference. Okay. So those are sort of Venus, Earth, and the sun right there. But if we zoom out like this, and I guess you can't really see my face, so I couldn't, there we go. If we zoom out like this, and we get to the exterior planets, we see Jupiter. Jupiter's way out there, okay? Way, way, way out there. It's about 500 million kilometers away. I mean, I could say any number and you'd probably believe me. A trillion kilometers, you'd say, oh, it's a trillion kilometers. It's 500 million kilometers. It's very far away. That's my point here. Because it is so far away from the sun, for it to go around the sun, it takes a long, long time to go around, okay? A lot longer for it to go around, okay? How long does it take? How long does it take, we ask? It takes Jupiter 12 years for it to go around the sun once. Now, if there's anybody in the audience who's younger than 12, make sure your parents aren't catching you watching this. If you're younger than 12, in your lifetime, Jupiter hasn't completed one circle around the sun. Kind of crazy. Jupiter, 12 years to go around the sun. Saturn is even further out than Jupiter is. Okay? How long does it take to go around? I don't have an animation for it because I didn't have time. Sorry. But Saturn's further out, but twice as far away as Jupiter is. It takes about 29 years for Saturn to go around the sun once. So if you're younger than 29, Saturn hasn't gone around the sun once in your lifetime. Maybe you've heard that term before, Saturn's return. Okay, this is sort of, people who are into that stuff. Saturn's return basically means, you turning 29 and a half years old. Saturn being in the same place in the sky as you were the day you were born. Diatribe, we're not gonna go into that, but it takes Saturn a longer period of time to go around the sun than Jupiter. So here it is. Jupiter laps Saturn. About time. With the anvil transition, he's going to prove the point here. The titular name of this presentation, Jupiter laps Saturn. He's going to prove it. He's going to prove it using this different app. This app's actually really good. People often ask me about this when they first see it. Free app? I haven't paid for this. I should. I can do it as a tax write-off now. I should. It's called Solar Walk. Solar Walk Lite, if you want the free version. Illustrates this really, really well, okay? I think this is available for free for Android iPhone, tablet, whatever you want. This is super good to like use to illustrate this point. So I'm gonna pull it out here. We're gonna do that whole rigmarole. Rigmarole? That sounds like a pasta. I'm gonna bring you over here. Oh my gosh. Well, it's a good thing I cleaned up my place here. All right, and I'm gonna put you. Oh goodness, hide your eyes. Oh, you can't even see me. There we go. Now you can see me. There we go. I'm going to do this right there. Okay, good. And I can do that. Right. Oh my goodness. See? See? It all works. It all works. This is a free show, folks. Come on. All right. Okay. There we go like that. Okay. So this app is called Solar Walk Lite. Right there in the middle. Okay. Okay. Solar Walk Lite. Let's fire this thing open. Here we get a cool, neat little app, okay? Again, free, this is free, go and steal it, okay? Here we have the solar system, as we were talking about before. In the middle, of course, we have the sun right there. And I think I'm just gonna change the lighting, just be patient with me right there. There we go, it's a little bit better. Okay, in the middle, we have the sun right here. We see Mercury, we see Venus, we see Earth, all right there. And around here, up in the top left, we can select, the date and the month and the year, and we can on the right here scroll and see them go around, sort of simulating time going backwards and forwards like that. Okay, so and then we can press this little star thing right here. It takes us to today's date. Okay, so if I move this from 12/16, December 16 right now, and if I go forward in time to December 16 next year, 2021. It winds up in the same spot right there. Now notice Venus, it takes a shorter amount of time to go around the sun once, about 8 months, like that. You see my point. Okay, let's zoom out just a little bit here, and let's see Jupiter and Saturn now. Okay, now this isn't to scale. This is not to scale. Okay, this is used to just illustrate points here for you. I'm going to go back in time, back to 2017, the glory of the halcyon days of 2017. They were all right. And let's go to right there. And let's take a look at what Jupiter and Saturn looked like all the way back then. Okay, so this is, oh my God, January 26, 2017, when Sean Spicer was still wearing a cheap suit. Okay, zoom in a little bit here. We see Earth right here, and we see Jupiter, and we see Saturn right there. Okay, see how far away Jupiter and Saturn are right there? Okay, quite far away. If I go forwards in time, I'm going by the month here. Okay, slowly over time, I'll just announce now we're getting into January 2018. Notice how Jupiter's getting closer and closer and closer to Saturn as time goes on. I can let that go. Okay, we're at 2018, we're at 2019. This is last summer. We are at 2020, and look at how it's meeting up with it. Okay, if I go forward in time, Jupiter is kind of lapping Saturn like that. Okay. Okay. So it'll take 12 years for Jupiter to go around, Saturn 29. Here we see the racetrack of the solar system. Now this is a top-down point of view. Okay. So we're getting a bird's eye view of what the solar system looks like here, like that. And Jupiter will meet up. The year is 2039 right there, and it'll lap it again right there. So I'm just going to go back to today's date, and here we can kind of see what is going on in the sky. Now we're getting a top-down point of view here, but notice how the date right now is December 16th. I'm just going to go back a couple of days, okay, early December, and Jupiter, slowly you can kind of see it passing Saturn right there. Now, obviously, I wish you could see my face. Maybe I could do that in reflection. Yeah, you can kind of see my reflection there. Obviously, we don't see this in the sky like this. We see it from our vantage point here on Earth. Okay, I'm just going to kind of illustrate how we see the sky from Earth. Now, again, this isn't to scale. Okay, but if we zoom in and we sort of peek behind here, what we are seeing over the next few days here, Jupiter lapping Saturn, as Jupiter and Saturn get closer to each other in the sky, that's Jupiter and Saturn right behind it, Jupiter is lapping Saturn. See that there? So a little bit behind. Jupiter is lapping Saturn, just like that. Okay. Okay. So hopefully that makes it clear. This is my homework to you. Go and get Solar Walk Light and play with the time and dates and see how Jupiter and Saturn are, how Jupiter is lapping Saturn like that. Okay, I'm going to put this away. Oh my gosh, that's the last time I have to do the iPad stuff. Oh, it's a real headache. Let's move to my face like that. Thank God. That worked. Okay, now the real trial is, can I get you back here without it falling behind? There we go. Oh my gosh, it's all working. Oh, it's all too easy. No, it's not. No, it's not. So I'm going to get to the questions. I see that's great. You guys have questions in here. I see. Do they necessarily move at the same speed? I'll get to this at the end. Not great, not terrible. I'll give it a 3.6. 3.6 rocking. It's as high as it goes. 28. Is there an eclipse? I'm going to get to these just at the end. If you have questions, put them in the chat and I'll fire them off at the end there. Okay, let's go back to the slides because I do have more points. You can't stop me. Don't stop me now. All right. So that's Solar Walk. Solar Walk Light. It's free for a free app. My God. It's criminal. It's criminal. All right. Jupiter laps Saturn. So hopefully that sort of illustrates why I named it this and why I just keep on calling it that. Is there a specific day that Jupiter will lap Saturn? Because I can, let's do that. Is there a specific day that Jupiter will lap Saturn? Now, if you look in the sky right now, and it's clear where you are, Jupiter is to the right of Saturn. Is there going to be a day where it's going to be to the left of Saturn, that it officially laps it? Well, here's Jupiter and Saturn, again, like that. It's getting closer and closer. And the reason for that, again, is, the reason for that is because it's going around the solar system like that. It's catching up to it. It's on the inside track. Okay, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. Finally, is there a date it's going to be overtaken? December 20th. That is 4 days from now. 4 days from now, Jupiter will still be behind Saturn from our point of view here on Earth. It will still be to the right of Saturn. But December 21st, Jupiter laps Saturn. Now, some people might think, wait a minute, that's the solstice. That's the day of the solstice. They're connected somehow. Nope, just a coincidence. And I'll show you an even greater coincidence later on. Okay? Just coincidence that it happens that way. But December 21st, Jupiter will lap Saturn. So it's been on the right-hand side. Jupiter's been on the right-hand side of Saturn for all my years of watching this stuff with the telescope the last few years. On December 21st, it will, for the first time in me being and paying attention to all this stuff, it will appear to the left of it. Kind of like this. Like that. Now, that's not a real photo. That's just from my astronomy apps, but we'll get to that in a second. Have I been on for 30 minutes? Jeez. Okay. How often does this happen? I swear I'll wrap up soon. I'm sure you all got places to be. We got Frasier episodes to rewatch. The one where Niles. Okay. How often does this happen? Okay. Is this rare? How rare is this? About every 19 years, this happens. Jupiter laps Saturn. I think it's 19.5 exactly, but you get my point. Every 19 years, Jupiter laps Saturn. The last time this happened was May 28th, 2000. May 28th, 2000. Now, put yourself back where you were, May 28th, 2000. Does that not seem like such a simple time? May 28th, 2000. This guy was in power, okay? This guy was in power. Slick Willie in power, okay? All the time, since the last time Jupiter lapped Saturn, Clinton, he was in power. The last time since Jupiter lapped Saturn, this guy came in power. Obama became in power. The name sort of escapes me who's been in power since then. But then Diamond Joe Biden, Uncle Joe, he's going to be in power here. Okay. All of that time, Jupiter hasn't lapped Saturn. Let's get a little bit of context for what this kind of means. All right. If you had to sort of go back in time, predict what this year was going to be like, predict 2020. It was all so hopeful. It all started so great. This sounds like a George Costanza routine, Oh, I had such promise, If we had to predict 2020, it probably didn't look like it would be this. But if you went back in time, let's say you went back to May 2000, and you're there with Slick Willie, and you and him are watching Jupiter lap Saturn. Then he would probably say to you, something like, I wonder what the world's gonna look like the next time this happens. And that's a bad Bill Clinton impression. Got to be more Tim Cook. Tim Cook. You got to. Sorry. Well, Bill. Got some news for you. What's the news? Like, Hillary, she ran for president. Oh, really? It's like, yeah. Well, she lost. Can't win them all. Yeah. Well, should have seen who she lost to. Oh, and by the way, everybody has to wear masks, and we can't see each other. We can't see Grandma. I'm not sure if Slick Willie would quite believe you. The next time this happens, now, here's a little homework for you. Go use solar walk light and find it for yourself. I'll give you the answer in a second here. The next time this happens is going to be another 19.5 years. Go and use solar walk light. Go and find it yourself. Put forward in time. Go see it. I'll give you the answer here, though. October 31st, 2039. I think it might be 2040 now that I think about it. But it's going to be October 2039 when Jupiter will lap Saturn. We'll lap Saturn again. Okay? That is going to be a hell of a Halloween. I'm ready. I've got Halloween costumes ready to go. You should see my kitchen. Ugh, yikes. How many times in your life will you get to see this? How many times? If it happens every 19 and a half years, even if you live to be 100 years old, this moment we're living in right now, where Jupiter is getting closer and closer to Saturn, okay? How many times you will see that? You guys know basic math. Do I have basic words? 4, maybe 5 times in your life, you'll get to sort of witness this moment with your own eyes, okay? And some of them are easier to see than others. This one is actually really quite easy to see, so you shouldn't waste it. That's pretty remarkable, okay? 4 or 5 times in your entire life, you get to see this. That's it. All you get, folks. All you get. And this particular Jupiter lapping Saturn is pretty unique, okay? Super unique, okay? Not just pretty unique, super unique. You have probably seen some of these news stories. I get to pick my nose while I hide my video. You don't realize what I'm doing here. No, centuries. Okay, you might have seen some news articles or radio broadcasts say like, "Wait, this is the closest they've been since 1623." What does that mean? It's true. I know astronomers, we kind of love to do hyperbole very, 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 very too much, but it's true. Not all of these Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions, we call them, are made equal. Okay. Last night. It was chilly out, and I did a live stream with the telescope. Lost some of my fingers. Here's a still frame from that. My God. That looks like a scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they open the Ark. And anyways, this is a remarkable kind of shot. Now, you might, especially with the video compression, you might say 2 dots. I've seen 2 dots before. This is a photo taken with my phone on the telescope. In the bottom right there is Jupiter. You can actually see some of the moons of Jupiter. And in the top left, you see Saturn. You're seeing both planets at the same time. At the same time. You can see both gas giants at the same time. There's Saturn up top left, Jupiter, the bottom right, the 4 large moons of Jupiter. This is the first time in my own life that I've been able to see both of them through the telescope at the same time. Okay? First time ever in my life. Okay? And over the next 10 days, I might be able to see both of them through the telescope at the same time. In 2039, and now that I'm second guessing myself, it might be 2040. I got to check that. There will be another Jupiter lapping Saturn. But in that one, they won't appear both together through the telescope at the same time. Okay? Just how the angles all work out. They'll be too far away. You won't be able to see both of them at the same time. Okay? That won't happen. You won't be able to see both of them at the telescope at the same time. The next time you could, it'll be 2080. Okay? 60 years from now, I can't even say my own name. Uncle Trevor will be 92 years old when that happens. I'm not banking on it. So this is the first time I've been able to see Jupiter and Saturn both at the same time with my own eyes through a telescope. And I'm going to just assume that over the next 10 days, this is the last time in my entire life I'm going to get to see them both at the same time through a telescope at the same time. I think I've said at the same time several times there. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And so neat, let's have a drink of water to celebrate. Okay. What this is sort of the last few weeks of me watching this, I've been actually thinking about this for quite a few years, actually. But thinking about it, like what this sort of event has sort of made, it's made the conceptual feel really real. And I'll show you what I mean. Is I showed you that diagram of the solar system with solar walk light, and the solar system is full of diagrams and equations and all of that, and it feels very conceptual. Okay, it feels very diagrammy. Okay. And, we just saw this, okay? You know to yourself, okay, I know the planets kind of go around the solar system. I guess some of them go faster than others do, But over the next few nights, okay? And you can see this. You can see the change with your naked eye, night by night, and even more so with the telescope. I'm pointing at a telescope right now. You can see them get closer and closer and closer to each other. Jupiter and Saturn get closer and closer to each other. This has made that sort of racetrack concept feel really real, because now you're seeing Jupiter sort of come around the bend and overtaking Jupiter. I screwed up my last sentence on the closer of this presentation. Jupiter lapping Saturn, okay? You made the conceptual feel real. Good job, Trev. You've screwed up your slides there. Okay. That's it, okay? Jupiter lapping. This is a rare moment. So again, wrap up. I don't have slides for this. Go outside. Look southwest after the sun sets. Okay, you can be in the city. I saw it yesterday with my own eyes in Parc La Fontaine, a major light polluted city, and you can see it. If Tim and Kathy are still here, I told my dad over text how to do it the other night, and they did it. Okay, if Tim and Kathy can do it, surely God, any of you can all do it. They're fine. They were able to ship Halloween Christmas presents my way, so they're fine folks. I've been told. Okay, I'll take questions. Usually I can bring people on and stuff like that, but I'll see what I can do here. No, I can just do that. Okay, so if you have questions, throw them into the chat. One question I got from somebody on Instagram was through some of the apps. That one app I was showing, Night Sky 2, you could see Pluto was sort of in the background of it. And actually, well, as fun as this is, I'll bring you over here and just show you what that means. So I mentioned before, we can only see Jupiter and Saturn with the naked eye. We can't see Uranus, that's how you pronounce it. We can't see Neptune with the naked eye, and we can't see Pluto. But I'll just show you what the person was asking. I will move this over here. Oh, Dad says Merry Christmas. Merry indeed. Okay, let's go right here, like that. I'm going to use a bit of a different app here, just so it's a little bit easier to illustrate you. This one's called Stellarium. This is good, but it's $10, so I understand if you wouldn't want to do that. In fact, I would say use Night Sky until you find you can't anymore. Okay. I'm going to go and change the time to now, okay, and move the time back a few hours. I'm moving kind of quick here, I want to be respectful of your time here. Here we see Jupiter and Saturn right there, okay, in the sky like that. Now, Pluto is actually here somewhere. In fact, I can go and search for it. Pluto, right there. Pluto is just underneath Saturn, Jupiter, and sort of beside the moon tonight, okay? It's there. If you could point to it. You could point to Pluto, but you wouldn't be able to see it, okay? It's too far away. In fact, we only discovered Pluto back in 1931, okay? Was Roosevelt president at that time? Okay. My grandma was born before we discovered Pluto, and she, still living, Grandma Betty, has outlived Pluto as a planet. Good on her. Sorry, buddy. Can't do you. All right. Throw that over here, Ollie. We'll start taking questions from the audience. Yes, welcome to that. Yeah, I'm using this as my other Halloween costume as a backdrop, just in case. Let's go here. Wide selfie. There we go. There we go. My gosh, it's all too easy. Let's see here. We got some great questions here. Kim Groover Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Do they necessarily move at the same speed? Great question. Okay. So they don't. The closer you are to the sun, the faster you're going to go. I think I should really see this. Okay. When you're closer to the sun, you have less distance to go around the sun, but because of the sun's gravity, okay, you're going to be moving quite a bit quicker. Okay, so if you're way out, let's say you're Neptune, you're farther away, you have to go a longer distance to do one circle. But because you're farther away from the sun, I believe, I got to check this, I believe that you will orbit the sun slower as well compared to Mercury. Mercury, for instance, takes only 90 days to go around the sun. So if you think about that, let's see. Okay, this is fun. We've been in lockdown for 9 months at this point. Mercury has gone around the sun 3 times. Count them, 3 times since lockdown has begun. Think about that. I guess Venus has gone around the sun once since then. We've done a Venusian year in lockdown mode. That should be on your resume. Okay. Not great, not terrible. 3 points since Romkin. Julie Jolinas. So there is an eclipse of Saturn because of Jupiter. So eclipse is kind of a special word. Eclipse means it blocks out the sun. I think I can actually do a little demonstration here right now. The other day, Monday, was it? There was a solar eclipse in Argentina and Chile. I'm bringing a map here, where the moon blocked out the sun. Where the moon blocked out the sun. Now I got a light here. I'll use this. Okay, stick with me. Stick around. Let's go like this, wide. Okay. If we pretend that is the sun right there. Okay. An eclipse is when something is blocked by something else. So the moon, the other day, blocked out the sun like that. Okay. All right. Now there's Jupiter and Saturn. We call it a conjunction. Okay. And let's pretend that's just Saturn for a moment. Jupiter will kind of just graze underneath it from our point of view here on Earth. So it won't block Saturn. It won't do this. It won't block Saturn, but it'll just go underneath it. So we call it a conjunction. So eclipse isn't quite the right word to use in that scenario. There's my map. That's where the eclipse went on Monday. Okay. Now I think I got to check this though. I think some year in the future, let me change you back there. Some year, there's actually a great Wikipedia page which gives a list of all the Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions. And I think there's some year, like 6000 BC or something like that, where Jupiter does like block the planet. Pretty crazy. Not this timeline though. Tim Julian, Merry Christmas. Kathy Smolniak, Merry Christmas. Tim, your son is very cool. See? Told you, Dad. I told you. We think so. It's so funny when parents sign their messages. It's very cute. All right. Juan Carlos Tenori. Can you repeat, when is this alignment happening? It was October 31st, 20. Oh, okay. Actually, can I share my screen? I'll open up a tab here. Just give me 1 second. Jupiter, Saturn conjunctions list, Wikipedia. Give me 1 second to find this. 1 second. Great conjunctions. 2020. Give me 1 moment here. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to share this tab right here. Stick with me. Okay. Stop. Stop that screen. Dancing screen. Okay. Chrome tab. Great conjunction. Share. Can I do that? There. Yeah. Okay. This shows this is actually gonna be really difficult. This shows the list of all the and I'll put this into the chat, I guess. I think I can do that. We'll see. Okay. This shows the list, this Wikipedia page shows a list of all the Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions, so all the times they've gotten close to each other and this guy. Just from this preview here, I think I see 1901, 28 November, there was a conjunction. 1921, Grandma Mary was born, not Grandma Betty, not yet. August 1940. 1940. Oh, these are showing other ones as well. Okay. So May 2000, 20th of May 2000. That one happened there. This one, here we are, right here, 21st of December 2021. So that'll be when they are the closest they are. So that will be Monday. This Monday, that's when Jupiter and Saturn will be the closest. Now it says right here, closest since 1623. That is nearly 400 years ago. That's 397 years. This is the closest time that they'll be together. I was wrong on the year. Yes. So here it shows 31 October 2040. That is going to be a great Halloween. One of my caught me that year. Yes, I'll be 52 at that time. And 7th of April 2060, that'll be the one after that. 15th of March 2080. That one will be the closest they've been since 2004-17. Anyways, you can go through this. It was actually kind of cool. But you can see the last time this happened, May 28th, 2000, they were very, very close to the sun. It was really, really hard to see. Okay. Now I mentioned before, and I'll just take this off like that. What was my point here? This is happening just shortly after sunset, but it's still high enough in the sky to see it. I was actually surprised how easy it was to actually spot it yesterday. The one 20 years ago, back when Mr. Clinton was not having relations with that conjunction, it was visible in the early morning. Okay, you kind of had to get up just before the sun got up, which that already negates me. I'm not a morning person, so I wasn't going to see that. But also, it would be very difficult to see with the naked eye. So this one is very, very special. Okay? This one is super easy to see with the naked eye. In fact, I have some photos I'm going to show in a second that somebody took on my recommendation to go to the certain spot to show it. Thank you, 2140. I'm just going to show this. Stop that screen. I'm going to share my this again. Okay. Questions, and throw your questions in there if you got them. This is where I went and saw it yesterday. Now, I don't want to get arrested here for not saying bonjour ho, but I also don't want to cause an event to start and break distancing guidelines. I saw it here yesterday in Parc La Fontaine. Okay. Right here. All right. Middle of the city. This is taking about 4:45 p.m., something like that. Make that nice and big. Okay. These were easy to spot. Jupiter and Saturn, bright dot, be able to see it. So this Thursday and Friday in Montreal, if I checked the weather correctly since then, should be clear. So tomorrow and Friday, go outside just after sunset. Set an alarm. Do it now. I feel like Alec Baldwin. And set an alarm for 4:45. Okay, make sure you go outside, look southwest, and go and see it. Tomorrow's gonna be super cool. Super cool for anywhere on the planet. Okay, this isn't just Montreal. Anywhere, it's clear. Moon is a crescent moon right now. It was there tonight. It's covered by clouds here in Montreal. But tomorrow, when it should be clear, this is what the sky should look like. You'll see bright Jupiter, easy to spot. And I'll take that comment off. There we go. Easy to spot. And to the left of it, you're going to see the crescent moon right there. Okay, here's another photo. I don't think I zoomed in quite right here, but you see the Montreal cross right there. I told somebody, go to this street at this time, and they went there. I'd never met them before. They took this photo, and look at that. Okay? You see the cross right there, and then up here, you see Jupiter and Saturn right there. I'm not sure if that small little dot of Saturn is showing up, but there it is. Okay, so if you have a camera and you want to do this, you can get shots like this. If you go to Duluth and Saint Denis, I think this will actually work out for you. Do I have any other slides? I'll check if there's any other. I don't think there's any other questions. I'll mark it myself. Plateau Astro, you probably heard of me talk all about this stuff. Here's my digits in terms of meeting me online and other places. I've talked for 50 minutes. Jumping, Jiminy Christmas. Okay, if you want to support me, I don't want to belabor this too hard because it's Christmas. You probably already spent all your money on other things. Good. Maybe next year. Think about this. Okay, if you want to give, $2.50 a month, $5 a month, I'll take it. There's benefits. Shop. If you are looking for a Christmas present, my God, boy, do I have a gift for you. And it's not what my parents have packaged for me. Sweater, possibly yellow. I've been selling this book, and this book has been called Future Skies. You probably heard me yammer on about it. Oh, you didn't even see me do that. I was shaking the gift. There we go. Future Skies. Coloring book. Coloring book for what the sky will look like through 2020. Okay. I'm super proud of this. You can see some of the images of this here. Okay. Look at this artwork. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Just beautiful. Okay. Montreal, and this one's on Saint Laurent. That's where the moon will be on that specific date, June 10th, 26th, something like that. I found the dates that these things will happen. You get to color the sky. Some people in the chat already have these. Mom and Dad, yours is on the way. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Kath. Here's one more. Look at this, okay? This will be September 4th, 2021. We'll see the Montreal Olympic Stadium, and we'll see the crescent moon rising just before the sun rises, like that. All of this you can just do with these apps I was showing you, okay? Put in the dates, plug in the time. You can predict all this stuff. My sort of whole theory behind the entire thing is like looking forward to things that you would probably not normally look at. I guess that includes the Jupiter-Saturn. If people didn't tell you about this, if news stories weren't going to go on about this, if I wasn't doing this, you might not have ever occurred to you to watch this, okay? So Jupiter-Saturn, that's quite a special one, but events like this, where it's things like, make this a little bit bigger right there. Can I do that? Yeah. So let's give an example here. Venus at Oratory, okay? Watch the sunset. You'll be able to see Venus beside the St. Joseph's Oratory like that. Color it in. 10 dates for you to look forward to in the future. I don't like doing marketing stuff and talking about that too much, but trust me, this is really cool. $20. I make them literally here, okay? You can see the press that I use to cut them right here. I almost hurt myself there. So if you're looking for a good present, English, French, I've got 12 left. I had to get an order from some paper company to get some other supplies. But anyways, that's that. If you want to email me, if you got questions about this, hey, send them along. info@patchoaster.com. Okay. 2021 rather. Hoping to do more stuff. Thank you for watching. I'm going to see if there's any other questions here. The cross photo is the best. Isn't that cool? I'm just going to go back to that there. Okay. I'd never met this person in real life before. And they saw a tweet or something that I did, and they took that photo. Okay. Now Jupiter and Saturn get closer and closer beside each other. Now that you know that, tomorrow, when hopefully it's still clear, you could frame, by which I mean compose this photo, frame this photo, so you could have the cross, you could have Jupiter, you could have Saturn, and you could have the crescent moon, all in the same shot. And I suppose that cellular radio tower, whichever god you worship, there. So I might try to get that as a photo myself, but I'll probably do some more live streams on the telescope on Instagram and Facebook, showing Jupiter and Saturn as they get closer and closer to each other. So I think it's supposed to be cloudy Monday, but hopefully it'll be clear. If you can't see it on Monday, don't worry. I think Tuesday's also supposed to be clear, so long as you get to watch it over the next few days and sort of get to appreciate and watch the change night by night. I think that's worth it. Friday morning, I'm supposed to do an interview with Global, and then Monday morning, it's supposed to air that day. I should send them an email and say, hey, maybe we should do this earlier so you can prep people for it. But if you miss it, you can still appreciate this, because you're still going to notice Jupiter get farther away. It'll get farther away from Saturn after it gets close. I think that's how distance works. So I'm going to use that as sort of my pitch on the global piece on Monday. So. Okay, I think there's 17 people watching. This is it's not monster. That's a great number of people watching. Any other questions? I think that could be it. Yeah. Oh, you can't see my face. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. If you like this sort of format for doing streams, before I used to sort of do it a little bit more just with my phone on things. It was good. It was more off the cuff. I think it's still off the cuff, but I can do more demonstrations and things like that. You gain a little, you lose a little. Okay. Just to prove all that. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, if you have an account, it took me years to make an account on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Okay. Okay. I don't want to be one of those people, but I'm going to try to build up the YouTube thing a bit more through 2021. Okay. I've talked for 57 minutes. It's time to watch. That deserves bonsoir ho. That's the best way to close it. Best way to close it. Bon nuit ho. All right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you do take photos of it, send them to me. Okay. On Facebook, Instagram, however you want. Email it to me. Thanks, son. Aw, this is how me and my parents interact now through live streams. Great. All right. Send me a photo if you get these framed however you want. Just do it. Go and see it. Tomorrow, Friday, should be clear. Let's do it. Okay. That's good. That's a wrap. Let's have one last drink of water. Merry Christmas. Bonjour. Ho ho. Bonjour. Bonsoir. Ho ho. All right. Have a great night, folks.